Is there any pain greater than building an empire so vast the world stares in awe, only to find that the real price can't be counted in dollars? Céline Dion, the woman with a voice that could command stadiums and soothe hearts, built a global brand that Forbes estimates to be worth around $550 million. It's a kingdom of sold-out arenas, chart-topping albums, and a name that became a phenomenon. She gave the world "My Heart Will Go On," and in return, the world gave her what seemed like everything. But the numbers, the awards, the glittering headlines, they only tell half the story. The other half is a saga of promises kept, of unbearable loss, and of a private war waged far from the spotlight. Today, we're not just counting the money, we're measuring the cost. We'll uncover the untold story behind Céline Dion's fortune, exploring the staggering personal price she paid for every dollar. And we'll reveal why this legacy, so immense and awe-inspiring, is the very thing that has brought her family to tears. With a fortune valued at over $500 million, Céline Dion has an empire of glittering mansions, sold-out arenas, and timeless music. It is a legacy of staggering success. So why, when her family looks at everything she's built, are they brought to tears? The story behind Céline's wealth isn't about what you can buy. It's about what can't be bought back. Today, we uncover the promises, the secrets, and the heartbreaking sacrifices hidden within her fortune, and reveal why her true legacy is a story that has left her family weeping. Before we can understand the tears, we have to grasp the sheer scale of the fortune. A figure like $550 million is so vast it's almost abstract. It represents more than a lifetime of earnings. It signifies a global industry, a brand synonymous with excellence, power, and untouchable success. This fortune wasn't just earned, it was meticulously built, piece by glittering piece. The foundation, of course, is the music. With over 220 million albums sold worldwide, Céline Dion isn't just a singer. She is one of the best-selling recording artists in history. Albums like Falling Into You and Let's Talk About Love weren't just commercial hits. They were cultural touchstones of the 1990s, the soundtrack to millions of lives. Each sale, each stream, each radio play was a brick in a colossal wall of wealth. But the cornerstone of her financial empire wasn't a record, but a city: Las Vegas. In 2003, when a residency was seen as a career-ending gamble, Céline and her husband, René Angélil, saw an opportunity. They didn't just sign a contract, they reinvented the Vegas show. Her two residencies, A New Day and Céline, grossed a combined jaw-dropping $681 million in ticket sales. This move single-handedly revitalized the city's entertainment scene and made her the undisputed queen of the Strip. At her peak, she was earning an estimated $500,000 per show. It was a river of gold that flowed directly into her bank account, a testament to a work ethic that was nothing short of superhuman. Beyond the stage, the Céline Dion brand expanded into a multifaceted business. She launched a wildly successful line of fragrances, became a co-owner of the famous Schwartz's Delicatessen in Montreal, and invested in restaurant chains and nightclubs. And then there's the real estate. Like a modern monarch, Céline acquired properties that were less like homes and more like private kingdoms. Her most famous was a compound on Jupiter Island, Florida, complete with a 10,000-square-foot main house and its own private water park. She eventually sold it for a reported $28 million. Her portfolio also included a 24,000-square-foot French-style chateau on a private island near Quebec, which sold for $25.5 million. Add to this a sprawling mansion in Nevada and a stunning apartment in Paris, and the picture becomes clear. This is the fortune. An empire built on a voice, fortified by relentless work, and expanded by shrewd business sense. It's a world of unimaginable comfort and security. So we have to ask again, why would this kingdom bring a family to tears? The answer lies not in what the fortune is, but in what it cost to build it. For every dollar earned, there was a price paid in time, in health, and in heart. To understand the emotional weight of Céline's fortune, you have to go back in time to Charlemagne, Quebec. Céline was the youngest of 14 children born to a butcher and a homemaker. Poverty wasn't a concept. It was the air they breathed. Her first bed was a drawer because there was simply nowhere else for her to sleep. But what the Dion family lacked in money, they had in music. It was their currency, their comfort, their shared language. The turning point came when she was 12. She, her mother, and her brother wrote a song and sent a cassette to René Angelil, a well-known music manager. Angelil was so moved by her voice that he mortgaged his own home to finance her first album. It was an act of faith that bound their destinies forever. This is where the story of sacrifice truly begins. While other teens were in high school, Céline was working. She once admitted, "I missed my family and my home, but I don't regret having lost my adolescence. I had one dream. I wanted to be a singer. That dream demanded everything. It meant learning English, grueling promotional tours, and endless hours of vocal practice." Her international breakthrough came in 1988 when she won the Eurovision Song Contest for Switzerland. The 90s were a blur of success, a Grammy for Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and a string of multi-platinum albums. Then came My Heart Will Go On, the theme from Titanic, which turned her from a superstar into a legend. But the world saw the powerful performer, not the cost. The relentless touring meant years on the road, away from family. The pressure to maintain her voice required monastic discipline. Her greatest sacrifice, however, was personal, the fight for motherhood. After years of exhausting IVF treatments, she and René welcomed their miracle child, René Charles, in 2001. She loved being a mom, saying it was her most amazing reward. Yet, the empire they built was relentless. Just 2 years later, she started her Las Vegas residency, a 5-night-a-week commitment that, while a massive success, was also a golden cage. It anchored her to one spot, turning her life into a cycle of performance and recovery while raising a child. After more grueling IVF, she was blessed with twins, Nelson and Eddie, in 2010. But joy was soon followed by sorrow. René was diagnosed with throat cancer, and Céline put her career on hold to care for him. The fortune they built together suddenly seemed meaningless. When René passed away in 2016, the engine of Céline's life fell silent. He was her husband, her manager, the father of her children, and the architect of her entire career. In a blow of unimaginable cruelty, her brother Daniel died of cancer just 2 days later. In those 48 hours, the true cost of her dream became devastatingly clear. The fortune was a monument built on a lost adolescence, a fight for motherhood, and now profound grief. The tears her family shed aren't just for her current struggles. They're for the decades of sacrifice they witnessed, for the human price paid for every dollar in the bank. A fortune as colossal as Céline Dion's exerts immense pressure on everyone in its orbit. In the years after René Angelil's death, the seamless facade of the Dion dynasty began to show cracks. The wealth, once a symbol of shared victory, was becoming a source of new challenges. Much of the public focus has been on her eldest son, René Charles. Born a miracle child, he grew up in the shadow of two giants, a global superstar and a legendary manager. While he has pursued his own music career as a rapper, then came the diagnosis that put everything into heartbreaking focus. In December 2022, after years of suffering from mysterious muscle spasms, Céline Dion revealed she had stiff person syndrome, SPS. It's a cruel twist of fate. SPS is an extremely rare autoimmune and neurological disorder affecting roughly 1 in a million people. It causes severe muscle stiffness and violent spasms that can be triggered by loud noises, touch, or even strong emotion, the very things that defined Céline's life on stage. Her body, the instrument that generated a fortune and brought joy to millions, had become her prison. Their weeping isn't about the money, it's about the profound, tragic irony. The fortune stands as a monument to a lifetime of physical exertion, body and voice pushed to their absolute limits for decades. And now, that same body is fighting a battle that money can't win. The wealth, once a symbol of her power, is now a stark reminder of what she has lost. Her ability to do the one thing she felt she was born to do. Her sons, Renee Charles, Nelson, and Eddie, have been her pillars of support. They've witnessed their mother, a global icon, brought to her knees by spasms so violent they can break ribs. In a moment that captured both her family's pride and pain, she made a triumphant return to the stage at the 2024 Paris Olympics, delivering an emotional performance from the Eiffel Tower. It was a testament to her incredible strength and her family's unwavering support. The tears are for the memories locked within the fortune. Every mansion and platinum record is linked to Renee Angelil. The wealth is the physical manifestation of their shared love story. For her children, it's a constant reminder of the father they lost and the life they had before his death and their mother's illness. The family cries for the sacrifice. As revealed in her documentary, I Am Céline Dion, she confessed to pushing through pain for years, sometimes using medication to get through shows, all to avoid disappointing her audience and to fulfill the promise she made to Renee. She worked when she should have rested. She performed when she should have healed. She gave her all, and the fortune is the receipt. The true meaning of her legacy isn't the $500 million number. It's the resilience of a woman who rose from poverty, redefined an industry, and now faces an incurable disease with breathtaking grace. The fortune is simply the backdrop. Her family's tears are tears of love for a woman who sacrificed her well-being for their security. They're tears of pride for her unbreakable spirit, and their tears of sorrow for the cruel injustice, that the voice that gave the world so much has been threatened with silence. The fortune doesn't make them cry. The story behind it does. Céline Dion's journey is a powerful reminder that the greatest riches in life aren't material. Her story of strength, love, and resilience has touched millions. If her music or her courage has ever inspired you, show your support by liking this video. It's a small tribute to an artist who gave the world so much. And be sure to subscribe for more stories about the legacies that shape our world. The story of Céline Dion's fortune isn't a financial report, it's a human epic. It began in a small town with a girl whose voice was a miracle. That voice built an empire, a testament to talent, ambition, and a love story for the ages. But the empire's gold is laced with the cost of its creation: relentless work, personal sacrifices, and quiet suffering. The dollar amount is staggering, but it's ultimately hollow. It can't capture the feeling of a 12-year-old singing into a pencil, or the ache of a mother fighting for her children, or the daily pain of a body at war with itself. The tears of Céline Dion's family are a testament to this deeper truth. They weep not for the wealth, but for the woman. They see the empire she built not as assets, but as a map of her life's journey, marked by incredible peaks and devastating valleys. They cry because they know the fortune is a symbol of both her immense strength and her profound vulnerability. Céline's legacy won't be defined by her net worth. It will be defined by the resilience that saw her perform at the Olympics against all odds, by the love for her children, and by the music that will continue to echo in the hearts of millions. Her fortune is a footnote. Her heart is the headline, and that is a legacy that will truly go on and on.